Soldiers born, I'm coming to get my culture safer, God. Word is born in the battle.
What's up, everybody? You wanted it. I'm bringing it. It's finally happening. Last Responders, where we watch maybe one of the greatest American television franchises to ever exist, 911, and we just kind of go through episodes and talk about the beautiful absurdity of said show. Today, I'm going to be reviewing an episode from the original 911, the Angela Bassett plays a pig version that takes place in Los Angeles. And we're doing a Halloween episode. So, of course, I had to bring on probably the spookiest dude I know. For sure, the master of spooky. He came with his black cat, Murray, and all. The one and only Jake Flores. How you living, Jake?
I'm great. Thank you. It's great to be back. I am here. It's a very busy podcast month for me because I've carved out a niche of being a Halloween guy. So I do everyone's Halloween episode. My cat Murray, my black cat, is here with me, and if he tries to get out of the shot, I will be shocking him with a giant cattle prod. Hopefully, that'll generate some controversy for your podcast, because everyone knows, views are dollars, right? All press is good press. So if we
love that. I love that.
And it'll be me doing it. So they won't be mad at you. You'll just be there also. And they'll be like, you know what? We should listen to this guy's show. As long as
I should just bring in my dog, who is so elderly he can't get up very well anymore.
Uh-huh.
And people would be mad at me because I haven't euthanized him yet.
Yeah.
So a little bit of double animal controversy.
I love it.
October for you is like February is for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, everybody wants you on because of your dark content.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about?
Yeah, really. I know. It's Black History Month and like Dark History Month.
Black History Month, and then like Macabre History Month, which I guess doesn't really make sense. I kind of wish it was. No, I guess it's gotten pretty macabre. Like I bet this year people are going to be straight like. People are going to dress up as like, I mean, they always have, but I think worse than ever, they're going to be like straight pedophile serial killers more than ever this year.
I'm so excited for Halloween because like, it's been like this the last few years. Like, oh, is someone going to be, Trump or something? But like this year, this is the first Halloween since fucking Luigi Mangione, right?
Yep.
So there's gonna be a bunch of them, and there's like multiple iterations of him. There's Luigi Mangione is like when you have a player in a street, like a fighting video game, and you can press a different button to give him a different skin. There's like a few of him. There's like the red sweater Luigi, him going around, and then there's straight up like, is someone gonna do it? Are they gonna be Charlie Kirk or Tyler Robinson?
They're gonna have to be. They're gonna have to be, zombie Tyler Kirk. Tyler Kirk
mashup.
Mashup.
That's cool.
It's gonna be real heady. Oh, you don't get it? You can see from the multiple wounds who I am.
Yeah. He's like trying to kill himself, like a Philip K. Dick novel or something. It's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, listen. Just before we start, I want to say, first of all, thanks for having me back. If you didn't catch the first episode we talked about 6-7. I was new information to me at the time. Now it's everywhere. I see, like now it's in my head. I see 6-7 everywhere. So
that's right.
6-7 brained from my friend Tony here. But also, like, I just want to let you know, like, man, all right, I've done 1 million podcasts in my life. I'm a podcasting veteran. There's part of me, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to work again, fucking talking into this microphone and trying to be funny on the internet and interesting. And it's like, can thousands of hours of podcasts be, can they all be the fucking hits? Can they all be great? And like, we've been doing this art form for a while, right? This medium where we've
been in it straight up vets.
We talk about a fucking a bad TV show or whatever, and you go, can it be that good? Can it be that interesting? And I was feeling a little bit like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Is there any meat left on this bone? Does this concept have any juice? And I sat down and watched the fucking thing you sent me today. I'm floored. I'm a believer again. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen. I'm so stoked.
This show is so hard to do because I pitch it to people. I'm like, hey, I just need you to watch an episode of this show. And immediately they're like, fuck no. But every single time they do it for me, this is exactly what happens. They're like, holy shit. This is the return of film. This is the return of the art on TV. And it is like this episode, well, all of them, but this episode really embodies this. It checks every box of something you want to watch.
It was so fucking bananas. And I wouldn't, I think part of it is like, I would not have watched this if not for a podcast. There's just too much there's too much A24 level shit in the world that we're like, oh, I gotta see the new Paul Thomas Anderson and stuff. I'm not really a junk TV person. Usually it's rather mid to me, so I've been checked out of what's happening on this like grade of television. It was incredible. I want to watch the whole fucking show now if it's always like this, because I was like, what's happening to my brain?
Well, don't worry, because you have so much to watch now. I mean, you have 911. This is the 8th season. We're watching season 8, episode 5, and I hadn't watched in a while. I'm not caught up, and there were some amazing curveballs in this episode that I didn't know about the character developments, and I was real excited about it. And then so we have 911. There's 911 Lone Star, that is the Rob Lowe one that is now wrapped. It is done. I think it's 4 seasons, all of them good, every single one. And they just premiered 911 Nashville, and I did watch the first episode, and it is fantastic. It's just so over the top. It's just so ridiculous. And what's funny is a lot of shows like this, they would maybe do a thing where they're like. Many of the things that you're watching that being portrayed are based on true stories. They can't do that with this one. They just can't. Like in the new episode of Nashville, one of the big things that happens is a little girl gets a classic kite, like a classic diamond-shaped kite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's flying said diamond-shaped kite, and a storm comes up, and she gets flown hundreds of feet in the air, holding on to the kite. Like that, of course, that never happened. I'm sure somebody was maybe kite sailing with basically a parachute as a kite, and that may have happened. But they can't even do that with this because it's always so ridiculous. And the only way to make a show more ridiculous is to do the syndicated TV show thing where you do the Halloween episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a Halloween episode. It's instantly makes any TV show just a little bit more exciting. And this, I don't know, this show has like, I think what it is like it's very similar in concept to like a Law and Order, like you're saying, like the rip from the headlines thing.
Yeah.
So it just feels like it would follow rules that we kind of have understood at this point to be the reality boundaries of a TV show like that. And then it just goes farther than them because it isn't actually based on anything.
I think that the rule in 911, I would love, I didn't realize this is where I want to be but I didn't realize what I really want to do is I need to be in one of these writing rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that the rule in the writing room is Godwin's Law.
Godwin's Law?
Isn't that what's called? Is it Godwin's or
what does that mean again?
No, I think if something bad can happen, it will. Is that what it's called?
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law. No, God. Wow, I think Godwin's Law is what Minion's Law is based off of. I think Godwin's Law is the Hitler one,
Minion's
where if you have it, you don't know about Minion's Law?
Oh yeah.
It's the one where if you debate about something, they'll draw the comparison to Hitler. And it's funny because I could never remember that, but I did right now instead of Murphy's Law, which is a much more popular one and even a band. But I think that is the rule in the writer's room is Murphy's Law.
Gotcha.
If something bad can happen, it will happen. And they're also like the gods of like the Chekhov's gun.
Uh-huh.
If you see something in this show, it's for a reason. And so you have to pay attention to this whole thing. So this episode opens up just to kind of like get it quick. It's it opens up with like family time. It's Chim and I always forget her name, the bald one, and their families, and they're getting here for Halloween, and they're in their costumes, and they're like talking about how excited they are for Halloween. And this just leads to them saying, well, actually, we're not going to be able to go to Halloween. We have to work. We have to work. It's tough on the streets. We have to work. This is very important. We'll stick a pin in that. We're going to stick a bunch of pins in this first little intro. And then we get to Angela Bassett, who's like, this show is so hard to watch because she's awful in this show. She is a cop. Like, and she's not just awful because she's a cop, but she's a fucking asshole. So this opens with her doing a talk to a class of high school kids about Halloween safety. And she spits out these stats, and I don't even know if they're like real or not, about how like Halloween is so much more dangerous. Like teen deaths are through the roof on Halloween, so be careful. And these two little Sigmas, as they're referred to in the class, are just talking it up, not caring at all about her safety lecture. And the teacher lets them know, yeah, this baby, you don't even know about these Sigmas. You don't know about these young kids. These young kids, and the way the media is like villainizing kids right now is really bad. This is something I'm seeing everywhere. Even like Abbott Elementary was talking about this, about how just like the kids are bad. The kids are worse now than ever. They're just bad kids. And that's kind of what they're going for in this this intro is like, I got to talk to these bad kids.
I feel like a lot of that is like blaming Trump on the youth vote type shit. How they feel like they lost young men who because they like watching shit like this, like internet media stuff. And they're like, oh, we couldn't get Tim Kaine to learn what 6'7" is in bad time. And so that garbles through this fucking machinery of TV writing. The outcome is you get this thing where like, it's confusing. Like Angela Bassett is like, why are you two girls talking about Sigma back there? But that doesn't really make sense because Sigma's manosphere shit. So it would be boys talking about Sigma, and they're not really using it correctly. They're like,
that is funny. So yes and no. So like amongst like young adults, that's a thing where a Sigma is like an alpha male, but amongst like the kid, there's like this, they say like what the Sigma.
Oh, this is
they say what the Sigma
now. Okay, fair.
See, I remember I'm cheating. I got a 12-year-old. And so I'm very like tapped in on this stuff. You know, she keeps me up to date. And I know if she like rolls her eyes, I'm fucking nailing it. I know that I'm doing a great job.
Okay.
So yeah, I still think they're not using it correctly here. Like, I don't think that it's kind of like a filler word, and I don't really think it means. I think they're combining the two. I think they're using like the you think and like the red pill stuff. And I think the writers got this wrong. I don't think that kids are saying like the cool kids are the Sigmas. I don't think that's a thing that's happening. I think that if anything, they're saying like the cool kids are bitches. I think that's what they're probably saying. I know that because the kids love the word bitch. I found out.
Really?
Yeah. And it's cool because it's like it's the versatile version, you know, where like bitch can be endearing, and it can also just be really mean. You know, like there's that bitch. You know, she's that bitch. You know. Yeah. And then there's also like she's a bitch, which is different. Yeah. So I think they did kind of miss that. And so she also talks about like she also makes mention of like I would show you these like these horror reels of what happens on Halloween, but apparently it's too triggering for you guys, so I can't do that. So I can't actually scare you straight. So you're probably gonna die because I can't scare you properly. But then she continues to do it anyways because these Sigmas are not listening. It's only 2 girls out of the whole class, right?
Also unrealistic.
Yeah. Who are being on their phones and talking, and the teacher completely gave up. The teacher's like, I can't even. I'm not even going to try to correct them. She just talks to Angela Bassett like she's an idiot for trying to do this. So that happens, and you're like, okay, all right, it's Halloween. They're letting you know it's Halloween, and you know what? Things are bad on Halloween. Things are real bad on Halloween, and we will run into those girls later on.
Oh, hell yeah! Those
girls will come back. and Angela Bassett will be justified. But again, we'll get there.
You're 10 minutes into a fucking dramatic TV show.
Baby, we're not even 10 minutes in. We're like 3.
Yeah.
We are rolling. We are making this show also has so much packed into every episode.
I'm just trying to convey that the fucking bottom is going to drop out of this.
The bottom is going to drop out.
It's going to feel like you're on one of those roller coasters where the gravity fall like goes away and you're just like, oh my guts. It goes from like, okay, this has the fucking vibe and aura of an insurance commercial to like, can they do that on TV?
Exactly. And again, also this show gets everything wrong. Like they get a lot of, well, not everything, they get a lot of stuff wrong in this.
Mm-hmm.
And that will come back with these little girls and Angela Bassett, who is a fucking evil person, who is an evil, wretched person. Okay, so that's happening. We're laying some groundwork, and then we get to what is arguably one of the biggest arcs of this episode. Mm-hmm. The firehouse is doing community service, so they're gonna do a haunted firehouse.
Yeah,
which is sick. And they're all talking about like, Cap, this stuff's not scary. This is not a fall fest. This is a Halloween fest. We got to get scary. You know, he's got pumpkins and leaves, but they don't got anything else.
Classic.
But then don't worry about it. The team steps up. They make it spooky, including Buck got this amazing prop of like a mummified corpse. And this thing is spooky. This thing is so spooky. And he's like, man, they just had it in like this prop house.
Yeah.
It was just sitting dusty in a corner and I got it.
Because it's LA and there's prop houses everywhere. This one's in LA, right?
Yeah, this is in LA. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So of course there's prop houses everywhere.
And what's funny is, so like they do the little haunted house and everybody's in their costumes. And have you know that all their costumes were like really good?
Yeah. This part, honestly, it reminded me a little bit of some shit we did on my podcast on PDA a few years ago. Where
whoa! Plugs are later. Plugs are save the plugs for later. Okay.
No cross promotion. Do not go to my podcast. Stay on the fucking Word is Bond TV right now.
This is on Maine. You can't just do that. All right.
Well, so on something years ago, I took me and my friends to a fucking haunted house that I heard about that the NYPD had thrown when I lived in New York, and it was good, funny, fucking anti-whatever leftist podcast content. It was a no-brainer. I'm a Halloween guy, as we've discussed. We got to go to the NYPD's fucking haunted house. And the punchline, the whole experience, is that it was fucking off the chain because the NYPD is like hella overfunded. So they had like shit you would have to go to like 6 to get to, like rotating rooms and stuff, just out of fucking control. And it was like this kind of hilarious, tragic thing, because it's like, it'd be cool if you guys just did this with the money instead of like the guns and stuff. But
year-round Halloween, year-round haunted houses instead.
Fuck if I'm there, all right. Yeah. Honestly, put me in those debates. Year-round Halloween, and who's gonna pay for it? The 1% or whatever. But
it really sucks that you got to give them credit on Halloween because they're one of the biggest hate. Like they're one of the things that ruins Halloween.
Yeah. Well, they hate it unless you just got to reverse psychology, the police, because if it's like they're doing Halloween, then no, now they have to defend Halloween at all costs, right?
Yeah.
And so like I got it, and the fire department is not the police, so like it's almost more you can kind of go, yeah, wait, this is like a community based thing. I totally get it. I buy this situation. It's totally fun. They have good costumes. Like, this is something I would like to take my non-existing kids to. Murray, I'll take Murray to it.
Yeah, you'll take Murray to it. I'd appreciate it. I think Murray would like that. So they have good costumes. They all have really good makeup and like good costumes. Like they don't show, but apparently I hired a fucking crew, or they just insinuate that this team is just that talented. There is one major development that might have taken care of this that happened while I was not watching the show, and that doesn't involve Buck, who brought this prop.
Yeah.
And all these kids are going through this haunted house not scared. They are just not scared. Until the very end, when Buck, who is a cowboy at this point, has the bowl of candy in the lap of the mummified corpse.
Right.
And let's see what happens with that.
It's not even real. He's just a dummy.
I don't like his arm.
Oh, that's okay. I can just move him out.
I love that. They just make it happen. I don't like his arm. Why would they bring up his arm? And I don't like it. It's like a zombie face. He looks like it's like a mummified corpse. It's pretty fucked up looking. But the arm, she doesn't like the arm. I guess the arm is in the candy way bowl. So the way the candy bowl.
I mean, look, like, you know, TV shows that have like writing, right? Like, you get Severance once every fucking 3 years. It takes them 3 years to write a goddamn episode of TV. Fucking this is like working man TV. Like, people that are writing this shit have these staff writer jobs. You know, it's their job to fucking crank this shit out. It's not, you know, cute.
This is blue collar TV right here.
It's like it's a real honest product. And so
yeah.
you got until 5 o'clock to come up with a reason for the next thing to happen that's about to happen. Fuck it. All I got is a little girl says, I don't like his arm, right?
I don't like his arm.
That's how the reality of this
Come close.
universe is pieced together.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that tickles.
So Buck's just gonna move the arm.
Grab this one.
I move the arm. And then the arm comes off.
And the arm just comes off. Socket off.
Are those worms? I think they're tendons. Tendons? Oh my God, he's real! He's real! He's real! He's real!
Ah, it's a dead body. What's
And
weird
so
about
turns
this
out-
is that go ahead, you go first.
Yeah, it turns out it is a body. It's a corpse. It's a mummified corpse. And so he tears the arm off, and we get the first real scare of the show because they're like, holy shit. And also, I'm kind of thinking like, wow, they really did it. Like, they made this haunted house scary. But Buck's also genuinely scared.
What's weird to me about this whole thing is, so there's a scene before this we discussed where he brings in this dummy he found, and like, you're not supposed to understand yet that it's a corpse. The corpse reveal is when he pulls the arm and the arm comes off. That's like, well, that's not a dummy, that's a corpse. But what's weird is that it looks like a real dead body. Like, it doesn't look like a TV dead body, and you like, your eye expects a certain level of fake because of the quality and tone of this TV show. So it hits you in a weird staggered way, because the first scene I remember being like, that is kind of unnerving looking, and I didn't expect it, but I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to feel that as if this is just a goofy prop or an actual corpse. And then when you get hit with it's a real corpse, it's like, this is disturbing to me, and I'm like a freak, right? So like, why is this on like family television? This really, really realistic fucking dead body.
Well, one of the things that got me hooked on 911, and I think this is why a lot of people should embrace it, is that until let's say The Substance, I had not seen good body horror in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
This show has incredible body horror.
I guess so, because it's all like people burning, being saved from burning buildings and shit.
Yeah, there's a scene in Lone Star that's a legendary scene where there's lava, there's a lava flow, and the lava gets inside of a swimming pool and it's boiling, and this guy who's like a creep, so you already hate him, is in the pool, and they try to pull him out, and his arm skin just sloughs off from the forearm up.
Oh, sloughing is, oh god, that's one that freaks even weirdos out.
Yeah.
Like, the corpse looks like the thing from rotten.com. Like, it's like unnerving.
Yes, totally, yeah.
But like, it's happening because, like, even though this is like ostensibly like a show like Scrubs or something, you can't get around it being about burn victims on some level, right? Like,
Exactly,
it has to happen. It's about a fire department, so I guess they just went with it.
Yeah, and they fucking nail it. And so they realize this is real. So of course we gotta like call the cops, you know. So the cops come, which is Angela Bassett, who's also the captain's wife, by the way.
Right.
They're married, which is like insane to insinuate that this like this like toe-headed white man could bag Angela Bassett, but I guess she is a fucking cop in this, so a little bit of reasoning there.
Mhm.
And so yeah, this is a real body. This is a person who's actually dead, right? And so that's pretty spooky, pretty fucking spooky.
There are
And-
layers of meta reality here, because take yourself out for a moment. This is a TV show we're watching. So this is a prop in the TV show. So
It's a good prop.
Someone came to the TV show and said, I have a prop. It is this. The prop is a prop in the universe in the show, which is then also it feels fucking weird. All right, I'm sticking on this because I'm obsessed with it. But
you're right, but it speaks to like the quality of the show though, because like yes, the whole point is this is a prop that has to now look like not a prop.
Yeah, what was
And
that conversation like?
They kind of nailed it.
What
like
if
it does? It looks like that's what he said. Are those worms? No, it's petrified tendons.
Yeah, it's like even weirder. I wonder if there were notes like in the TV show of like this can't look X level of like real. You know what I mean? Because if
they don't hold back, baby.
I guess not.
And so it's funny. So we have this really gnarly thing, and in the spirit of 911, after that we get our first 911 call, which I will just try to play the actual call itself.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all these people out here. We can't just reopen for a couple of hours, Cap.
So they're still trying to keep it open after they find the dead body.
One day.
But Cap shuts
All right,
it
let's
down.
get to it. Let's start boxing this stuff up. Let's go.
Now we get our first call.
911, what's your emergency? I'm sorry, sir. Can you repeat that?
You're putting the phone. My dork dad got his head stuck in a pumpkin.
LAFD, how did this?
So yeah, somebody actually gets their head stuck in a pumpkin, and what I love about this is like he's at the house, like apparently carving pumpkins, and his head is stuck inside a pumpkin, and he's the first guy on the call, which is why it's muffled.
Yeah,
and you hear him saying, "My head's stuck in a pumpkin," and then you hear the girl butt in and say, "My dork dad got his head stuck in a pumpkin."
Yeah,
and this is literally what happens. So what's funny is like, why didn't he has two daughters here? It turns out why didn't the daughters talk first?
Why did they talk on the phone? Because you need like the visual in your mind. The reveal when you realize what's happening, you're like, wait a minute, the guy with the pumpkin on his head, phone like this to the pumpkin. It's like really funny.
Also, like, why does this warrant a 911 call? Like, Jake, I like to think that if one of us got our head stuck in a pumpkin, we could figure this out.
Well, we hate cops, so I'm sorry, you get your head stuck in a pumpkin.
Yeah.
No, we are not calling the cops. You know, history proves, actually, statistically, the police will make this situation worse, and they have.
Yeah, and so like, you know, we're never calling 911. The last time the last time in my adult life I called 911 is because I watched someone get hit by a car in front of the bar I was working at, and so I had to call 911. There's certain times you gotta call 911, and that's when someone gets hit by a car right in front of you.
Guy pulled a knife on me in my old building because I was about to beat him up with a pan. I have a whole stand-up bit about it. Come see me. Call the cops.
And you called the cop. Wow, see, Jake. That's why I never pulled knives on you, and that's kind of a problem with our friendship.
It wasn't even that. It was because it was like his wife and kid were. They asked me.
Yeah, you got to advocate for the wife and kid. You got to do that one.
I had a pumpkin on my head. He was going to use the butcher knife to carve a face into it, and we disagreed on what it was supposed to look like. So
and that's kind of the whole thing. Pumpkins, like their only real use in life is like pie, jack-o'-lanterns, and smashing.
Yeah,
like they're made to, like they're a malleable thing. Like you could, if somebody really needed to, like you could break a pumpkin open. Also, you had a knife to cut the hole in the pumpkin to put the pumpkin on his head. But a pumpkin head is literally like he doesn't carve a face in it. He just puts his head in the pumpkin from the bottom,
yeah.
Which apparently he didn't clean out, which we see later on because his face is covered in guts.
You got to pull the guts out. I made a Charlie Kirk jack-o'-lantern this year, and I did the neck hole with the, you know how people have it puking the guts out? It's his blood coming out of the neck hole. Anybody who's carved a jack-o'-lantern before, if this is not your first rodeo, you know the guts, the first thing you do is take them out. Right?
You got to take the guts out.
This guy, complete amateur, or they just wrote him that way because it necessitated, you know, the plot, or the plot necessitated it, which, you know, honestly, like, fair. It was very funny.
It was very funny. And in the spirit of 911, even the firefighters don't handle this in a way that makes much sense. Like, you see somebody with like, you know, fucking they have the pumpkin safety knives. You could just jab that motherfucker in there and cut the top off at least.
You're screaming at the TV, like, both at the first responders and the little girls and the guy, like, someone you smash the pumpkin, cut the pumpkin. It doesn't make any sense. Man's drowning. So, of course, because it's 911, it can't be as simple as just taking it off. They can't get it off. They try to, like, pull it off a bunch. And something happens where he has, like, a reaction. He goes into, like, anaphylactic shock. They have to, like, of course, he still almost dies because of his pumpkin on his head. Well, just to kind of speed it up, because the important part really here is not this. The important part is they get the pumpkin off, and as they're getting ready to go, they're kind of joking, kind of talking shit. Buck slips and falls on his shoulder and hurts his shoulder. And then, you know, then he's like, he's in the hospital getting fixed, and he comes to this realization. That, you know what? I don't usually slip on pumpkin guts. This is unusual. Out of character.
Something else is going on here. Something supernatural is going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that corpse is hunting me.
Yeah.
I bet that this corpse is hunting me. Also, this is the part that I didn't know about because I had missed a bunch of 911. This, like, handsome dude comes and visits Buck. Eddie's already there. It's Buck and Eddie. For those who, like, have been around 911 for a long time, Buck and Eddie were, like, they were two dude bros who were best friends who were straight. And you're kind of like, the joke is like, will they, won't they? They kind of had this thing where you really wanted Buck and Eddie to hook up. This handsome man comes to visit Buck, and I'm like, is this Buck's new best friend? And it's Buck's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Buck is gay now. And this is such a beautiful development because it does bring us one step closer to Eddie. And I don't know if that ends up happening or if I missed something. I can't wait to find out. But so he's telling Eddie and Buck. Buck is telling Eddie and I think his name is Austin.
I don't know. All these guys have the same face and basically the same name. It was really difficult to put it all.
They're very
proper places.
Faces of the same guy.
Yeah,
it's so funny, but they're all super handsome.
Yeah, they all have the same face.
Buck bagged this little bit older, like chiseled, kind of handsome, super handsome, sturdy man who apparently is his boyfriend, who he like lives with, and he's telling them like, I think this happened because I messed with that corpse. I don't feel good about this, you know? And so they're like, okay, calm down, brother. That's crazy. Curses aren't real. But they don't know they're in a Halloween episode in this.
And they're a good couple. So there's the wacky one, and then there's the like, come on, let's be serious.
Yeah.
Person. There's a whole dynamic there. I couldn't tell. I don't fucking know anything about any of these characters. I don't watch this TV show.
Yeah. Well, you don't know until for a minute because like you
roommates? Are they gay? Like,
yeah, that's what I think. You're thinking like, oh, they're roommates. Because the thing is, I missed whatever the coming out episode was. I missed that episode. Yeah. I don't know about that. I did not know that he and I'm like, but I'm also like, there was part. It was that thing like, you know, when you were younger and you had your friend who was closeted for so long, but you knew was gay, or even if you didn't, they came out to you, but they were still closeted. And they finally came out. I felt that when I was watching Buck. I'm like, yes, my man.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm so happy that you're working on this.
It's just like, that's something that occurred to me, but like, it's hard to place anything because the fucking rules of the reality of this show are so like malleable and weird for plot reasons. So I'm like, I don't know. I remember watching like a fucking show like this, like a procedural, I think is what these things are called. And it was like a hospital one, and there was just like I can't remember what shows was. It was probably for another podcast years ago, but it was about like a surgeon, and then like the B plot is the surgeon guy at his night job, which is where he's a bartender, and it's just like, what? Why would he also need to be a bartender? Like surgeons get paid a lot. No fucking doesn't matter because they needed him to be a bartender for a scene. So you kind of just go like, I don't know, like whatever. I don't. For a second, I just thought maybe they just all like live in the fire station. Maybe that's some shit that I don't fucking know about. Also, just skip back for a minute. The scene where they were like, maybe we should. They were arguing about whether to shut down the trick or treat thing at the fucking firehouse because a bunch of children were exposed to a corpse by the fire department. This should be national news. Like it should be like a huge scandal, and it's like a womp 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 like a B plot thing. What is real? I don't know. You have no choice but to just surrender to the show at this point because you're like, my input doesn't matter, my reality doesn't fucking matter. They're just gonna fucking tell me. They're just gonna tell me what's happening.
Because you can see the headline, like Los Angeles Fire Department exposes children to dead body,
and everyone next thing you know, it's part of like QAnon. Everyone's obsessed with it and shit.
Yeah.
It goes all the way to connects to Epstein or whatever. Nope, this is just something that happened, and it's funny. Whereas like less grave things are considered way more grave. Like they're dealt with way more weight. Like kids aren't talking in class. I'm fucking furious about it. Fuck, people just die casually, whatever. Let's keep going.
So next we get the scene where like they break the news that like they're not going to join their families for trick-or-treating. Families are upset, they're real bummed, kind of like, hey, like why are you spending so much time? What about your real family? I know you have your fire family, what about your real family? And it gets pretty tense, and it's a bummer, and you're kind of worried because like this beautiful couple, it's this beautiful couple, there's these two women who have adopted like 3 children. I think maybe one of them is one of their from a previous relationship. Anyways, and you're like, oh man, this family like is falling apart because of this job. And they kind of leave you hanging there. Then it goes back to Buck, and Buck is somehow found out who this corpse is. And you find out it's not just any other corpse. It's the corpse of William James McCurdy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at like the Wikipedia page, and it says William James McCurdy, human mummy. So like this is a famous mummy that somehow got lost in a prop house that has a wet. And so he's finding out about this guy, and he finds out, oh no, like his like bad things happen to people that fuck with William James McCurdy. Like his posse turned him in, and he got hung or whatever. And which also is weird because he's a mummy, which is really funny because he's like a mummy for no reason. Which, if he was Catholic, I think that would make him a saint. Because he'd be an uncorruptible. He'd be like, he would be on display in a glass case. But anyway, so Buck is now
because if your body doesn't decompose, that's
considered one of the last miracles.
Yeah.
Because you need a couple miracles attributed to you, and that's one of them. And so Buck now realizes, oh, so I'm not wrong. This guy does have a history of like cursing those around him, and so now he's vindicated, which is maybe not a great thing. And he's researching and going down the rabbit hole, and at this time I'm thinking roommate is like, hey bud, you got to go to bed. Like you're freaking out. We got to take care of your shoulder. You need some rest. I'm going to bed. At this point, you still don't know because like he's like sleeping on the couch. They still feel like roommates, and it's very confusing.
Yeah. They're both sleeping like on different couches in the living room, ostensibly because he's like been injured or something. But it's like, are they in the dorm? Like that's like when you're on a road trip with your friend and you're both like, oh, we're in this Airbnb.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's still kind of, but I guess we would have known that if we were watching this season, we would have known they were together. Yeah, but anyways, one of the things she discovers is that one of the people who crossed William James McCurdy
got
boils.
Right.
He had they got a boil rash. So, and Buck is like, guys, I'm cursed. You got to believe me. And he's like, that's not real. And I don't know if people believing in the curse helps you get past the curse any further. But anyways, no one believes him. And he wakes up with his face covered in boils. And it's disgusting.
Yeah, they're horrible. And that's just that's part of the rules of the universe now, is that I guess this witch curse thing is kind of real. Mummy curse, sorry.
Yeah, it's absolutely real. So he has boils. He has like dislocated shoulder, but he's still like, I gotta go to work.
I guess, like, honestly, at this point, though, as the viewer, you're like, okay, so what they're doing with me is you're supposed they're leaving you guessing, like, is this real, or is there a plot that's going to come around and we're going to go, oh, it's like funny that this guy got so fucking down this Wikipedia rabbit hole. He believes this curse is real, but it's actually explained in some way.
It's actually real. Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe he got it because it's like a rash. He works in a fucking dangerous job. And, so on some level, there's still one like foot in reality, potentially.
Well, because he's still being ignored. They're still like, dude, you just have a bunch of boils, and his face is covered in boils. And the thing is, I don't know how boils work. I don't know. I've never actually I don't even think, are boils even real anymore? Do people still get boils?
I don't know. Can I interject something here though? So I got curious, and I googled William McCurdy to see if this is based on a real thing, because I hadn't occurred to me to like look this up, because it kind of seems to go either way. And what I got is, so there's a Wikipedia page for someone named Elmer J. McCurdy, who was an American outlaw, 1880 to 1911. So 31. Not William, Elmer J. McCurdy, but this is definitely what they based it on. Was killed in the shootout with police after robbing a train in Oklahoma in October 1911. Dubbed the bandit who wouldn't give up, his mummified body was first put on display in an Oklahoma funeral home and then became a fixture on the traveling carnival and sideshow circuit during the 1920s through the 1960s. After changing hands several times, it is not possible in law to own a human cadaver. That's in parentheses. I did not know that. That's fucking crazy.
That's amazing. So this is based in reality.
Yeah, but what's weird is that they had to change the name.
That is funny.
It says this gets weirder. McCurdy's remains eventually wound up at the Pike Amusement Park in Long Beach, California, where they were discovered by crew members for the television series The $6 Million Man, and possibly identified in 1976.
Wow. So this is like Hollywood lore.
Yeah. And they probably wrote it into the show knowing that, but for some reason they couldn't like name it. Like, it couldn't be the same guy. So they had to switch it.
Another point for the greatest TV show ever. Like an homage to old Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's fucking beautiful.
Here's one more thing. It's fucking bananas, but I figured I should plug this in case everyone wants to check it out. Is McCurdy is the subject of the musical Dead Outlaw, which premiered off Broadway in 2024 before being translated to Broadway April 2025. So you can still go see a musical about this if you want.
That's funny, because that means like that musical and this happened around the same time.
Everyone had McCurdy fever.
Because this is an episode from last Halloween.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
He had a big year last year.
Okay, so that's happening. He goes to the office and he's telling everybody, like, guys, like, I got these boils. I'm for sure cursed. And then, so for those who don't know, part of the whole thing in 911, we just call it 911, is because it was initially kind of supposed to be about the operators. And it still is. They still play a very major part in it. And so you get these phone calls, and this is the next one, and it's very funny.
There's an incendiary device on my porch.
An incendiary device, can you describe it?
A brown flaming bag of stuff.
Right.
I'm sure they're out here watching. They want me to stomp on it.
Look, these kids do this to me every year. I am not falling for it again.
I see. Do you have a fire extinguisher?
No.
How about a garden hose?
How about you send the police?
Sir, it's Halloween night. I can't send the police for a flaming bag of stuff.
Fine. Then you know what? I'll just let it burn. And if it burns down the whole neighborhood, it burns down, huh? How's that?
So somebody called the cops because he got the flaming bag of dog shit prank on him. And he says the incendiary device. Turns out he is a principal at the local like high school, or vice principal at the local high school.
Yeah.
And so of course he gets pranked on Halloween, and so he has a bag of dog shit on, well, presumably dog shit, on fire on his porch, and he's like, no, I need the police. I need these kids arrested. So this is already this thing where they're kind of enforcing this like carceral state, like badness, like where everybody's bad. Things are like, you have to involve the police in this, and you're clearly being pranked. You're the vice principal of high school. Calm the fuck down.
Is that Jennifer Love Hewitt? The operator?
That is Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, she's looking good. Good for her. In their defense, in her defense as a character, I suppose.
Yes,
she does kind of tell this guy to fuck off, because
she does. Yeah,
it's like not a real emergency. You're clogging up the line. You're vice principal. You deserve it, etc. He's this character. When we meet him, he very much has like Colin Robinson energy. Like you're treated.
Yes,
the lens treats him like a fucking ridiculous person, and rightfully so, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like a total like asshole. He's like too. He's got to stick up his ass and all that. So he's very serious about this. And the reason why I'm harping is because this is important, and we will see the vice principal.
It's
again.
very important.
We will see the vice principal again.
Yeah.
And then we get one of the greatest montages in TV history, and we are going to watch some of that because it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
We literally cut to it's Halloween, and like you said, it's Halloween. It's busy. Okay.
Yeah.
We cut to a sobriety check where a Volkswagen Bug is pulled over, and there's a clown driving it. And in this shot, there's seemingly maybe one passenger in the car. But we're gonna watch a bit of the whole montage and kind of talk about it as we go through.
Of course, they use movie magic here.
Yeah.
So we got the clown car. We got actual clowns in a car. We got a zombie popping up.
We got Warren Zevon playing in the background.
Exactly. Who I did not know is so sick.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was his only song. I didn't realize what a fucking the girls put me on the other night. Like they're so good. Lord Zevon, it's Lord Zevon, right? Is that you say
Warren is
Warren. I thought Lord. I don't know why. Warren Zevon. It's so sick. Werewolves of London. Great song.
Yeah.
So we get a zombie.
Yeah. Let you know, left, right, left.
Sobriety check where they're touching the nose and the nose is honking. Angela Bassett's furious.
Incredible. Well done.
I think you've had too much, Bozo.
911, what's your emergency? It said take one, clearly labeled, but he swiped the whole bowl. You called 911 for stolen candy? I'm not calling about the candy, I'm calling about the thief.
Whoa. Wait for it. Mitch's next victim doesn't scream like a baby.
All right, let's go check on that zombie.
Real baby. The person dressed as a baby.
Yep. So Angela Bassett goes to the clown car and says, "Everybody out."
Yeah.
It's cool. It's an old Volkswagen Bug. It's sick.
Yeah.
And what do you know?
Oh shit, man.
Let's see, how many is it? It's like
He stole my candy.
the clown's getting out, and they transition away from the candy. I'm from the car.
Are you allergic to peanuts?
And they transition away from the car and to a new scene. Go back, and there's still clowns getting out.
Yeah, no, it's good. They cut back.
It's so good. I think like
Multiple
10
times.
clowns get out.
There you go.
It's close to storytelling, you're to understand, wow, this is taking so long because there's so many clowns in there, even though there can't possibly be, but movie magic.
They literally have 10 clowns get out of the car, and it's so I love it. Like this show does not give a fuck.
No, it doesn't. Especially because of considering Warren Zevon is playing. There's like this goofy ass clown car thing happening, and then what happens next? It's like the tone is like 0, 10, 0, 10, up, down, up, down.
So we're getting all this goofy shit happening. We have the drunk clowns. We have a kid who stole candy, and turns out the candy had peanuts in it, and he has a peanut allergy, so we got to save him.
Mhm.
We have the zombie who's earnestly scaring people, and then we get another phone call.
Yeah.
And this time, the phone call is from the vice principal again, except he's letting you know that I was pranked again. I was pranked again. I think somebody egged his house. Is that what happened?
I think all of the things that can happen in that vein happened to him. He says I'm just tired of it. The dog shit, the eggs, the toilet paper, all the classics.
Well, actually, I think it's actually right at the right point, so we can actually hear what he says. So we get another 911 call.
Is this the 911 operator I spoke to earlier?
I don't know. Who are you?
I called about the flaming bag of stuff on my porch.
Sir, I dispatched the fire department to you.
They came back.
The fire department?
No, the miscreants. They egged my house this time. I need the police.
My advice, make a report in the morning and maybe turn on your sprinklers. That way if they come back.
I am not at home. I am following them.
You're chasing them?
Yes, they just turned on Dover and Eagle Rock.
You need to...
So this man is doing vigilante justice and is now chasing the eggers, the people who have egged his house.
Mm-hmm.
He is now chasing them. He's in pursuit.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Also, he's an adult man who's a vice principal of a school. He knows whoever is doing this is a minor.
Most definitely, these are your students. They're an adult
definitely your students
chasing someone down in a car.
And he's like chasing him down, and he hangs up on him. They get another phone call. This time, we get the two Sigmas from earlier.
Uh-huh.
They're in the car and they are being chased by a madman.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, maybe this is, whatever. But then they show that they are weaving through traffic.
He's trying to kill them.
He is trying to kill them. This is
dead
very
body.
bad.
This episode so far, dead body, clown car, murdering your own students. Like fucking up, down, up. It's all over the place.
And so what's really crazy, this ends in a car accident, which is kind of inevitable, right? Like, we knew that's going to happen. That's why police chases are bad, because like police chases usually don't have to end in death or car accidents, but they shouldn't pursue in the first place. It's something I'm like, it's insane even this happens. I've told the story before, but like I have a friend who, when I worked at the bike shop, awesome guy. He ordered some parts in the morning. I had him ready for him. I called him to pick him up. He didn't answer. And the reason he didn't answer is because he was hit on his bike because the cops were chasing somebody for running a red light or something petty. I forget what it was, but it wasn't a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
We're chasing somebody, and that person they were chasing ran him over at 98 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's the cops' fault.
Yeah.
That's absolutely, the cops killed my friend. Like, there's no way around that. So this ends in a very real fashion. And like you said, this goes from silly slapstick stuff, and it's ramping up and getting very serious.
Yeah, it's crazy. Warren Zevon is still playing.
And then we get the fire department showing up to the accident, and it goes from 0 to 1,000 in seriousness. Turns out the vice principal ran into a house, but when he ran into a house, he pinned somebody in between the house and the car.
Yeah.
Turns out the person he pinned in between the car is Hen. I can remember her name earlier. Hen, who was not out with her family trick-or-treating. It's her kid.
Yeah. From the beginning, opening shot where they were all dressed like fucking Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Her kid that was the Scarecrow.
It's her kid who has been hit and it's the classic, like, pinned by a car. We can't move the car because the structure is not good. We can't move the car because they're not stable and the car might be keeping them alive. And it's her kid. She's showing up to her kid dying.
This is insane.
Which
This
is
like
an insane, yeah, like you said, insane, like, way for this to go. The odds are nuts.
there are movies where the plot isn't this like knife twistingly tragic. This just
Honestly,
went-
like, I need the writers of this to get on Crash 2. You know, that's what I need. I need the writers of this to get on Crash 2 because they're going to make it even better.
Crash
Oh,
2.
the cop that assaulted you is the one that's saving you now. You don't want that? Nothing. You got nothing on this. So
Wait, you're talking about the other Crash.
I'm
Okay,
talking.
sorry.
Yes, I'm talking about the bad Crash.
I got excited for a second. I thought they
Not
were
the.
making
I
sequel
bet.
to...
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Oh man, I gotta know what happens to him.
No, I mean, I've definitely been like, hey, boo, you want to go find a $500 on Craigslist, $500 car on Craigslist? Want to go? Want to find a guardrail together? But yeah, no, the crash that cured racism. That's the one I'm talking about.
Right.
So one thing they do on the show that's really fun is like they do like field saving in a way that's like usually not a thing you can do, but the circumstances you line up. So the kid is pinned against the wall, and also I missed this too. Maybe you can help me out with this. The kid appears to be AFAB, like appears to be assigned female at birth, but is going by male pronouns. I also missed that. I missed that arc. And so
I was having a hard time with this because I have not watched the TV show, so there's context missing there. Plus, it's Halloween, so they're all in costumes, so it's also just confusing to begin with because they don't look like themselves. And is the Asian dude the dad? Like, are they?
No, that's just like the big homie. No,
Okay.
the other woman there, the scarecrow is her wife. That's their kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
Which is
lesbian.
why what happens next happens. But the reason why I want to point that out is because this show is amazing at pink washing, right? So we now have gay buck, we now have trans kid, and so it's like super woke.
Yeah.
But the show is still far from woke.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see that really soon also. So the kid's bleeding out bleeding out internally. He's crashing. He basically dies. Blood's too far out because Halloween's crazy. Blood's not going to be there for 15 minutes. But it's her mom, it's her family, it's her guardian has whatever blood matches their blood.
Mm-hmm.
And hen's like, we're doing a transfusion right here.
Yeah.
And they can do that because the circumstances are there. And they also can't get the kid out because like the structure's going to fall. And they build like, this is the one part where they missed it. The structure they build to support, they build like supports to make sure the house doesn't fall on them. The structure they build is bad.
They build it out
also-
of like cheap, like science fair balsa wood. It doesn't make any sense.
They also reveal at the end of building the structure, the supports, that they have these like hydraulic jacks that they could have just used the hydraulic jacks and they didn't have to assemble anything.
The hydraulic jacks are holding up the cheap wood frame that they made that does nothing.
It's all bad.
You're like, just use the jacks. The jacks are supporting the ceiling.
So things are very serious. Like we're there at one point. You think this kid's gonna die? You think he's dead?
It's crazy. He does die. Like
he does die.
The boop
yeah,
thing goes
they
flat.
lose the pulse. So it's a very tense moment, and I'm like, holy shit, because I'm watching this, and I remember when Hen and her wife were already going through troubles, and they're already going through troubles at the beginning of this episode, and I'm like, if their fucking son dies, then they're done. There's no way they're gonna make it through this.
Oh yeah,
it's so heavy. And you're like wrapped in this. This is like a 5-10 minute scene. And you know what? He lives. They save him. They get the car off of him. And it's pretty fucking impressive. It's actually a really, really long scene now I look at it.
The blood transfusion works, which is crazy. I don't know whether that's a real
I don't
thing.
even want it. I don't think so. They talk about how are we gonna get the flow going.
I read Dracula recently, the novel, like the original book, and they do that a bunch in that story. And I don't know if that was real back then either, in like the 1800s, just like hooking two people's veins together. But apparently it's either real or it's just a thing in fiction that's just been preserved all of these years. Either way, pretty good plot device. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's exciting. The fucking mom does compressions on the Scarecrow kid's chest and stuff. And they bring him back. I will say for this type of TV show, especially given like that, as woke as it is, it's often pink washed because it's propaganda ultimately. Even though it's firefighters, it's still just like
absolutely propaganda.
Firefighter shit is so complicated because like if you're a big socialist, you're a big leftist, like you kind of are like we kind of want to be pro firefighter, right? Because it's like this is what like public funding should go towards, things that actually solve a problem that isn't this fucking carceral thing that's based on defending privatized property, right? But in reality, a bunch of firefighters and cops are the same fucking people. The culture is the same.
Yeah.
Firefighting propaganda is often just lumped together into one big thing with the police state and stuff. It's often very not woke. So there is kind of this thing where like when you watch something like this, you go, okay, we're gonna watch this like cheaply written, produced television show where the point of it is to get to a point where they get to showcase a bunch of shit from a real like thing.
Yeah.
Almost an industry, but it's not an industry. It's like a fucking actual public service. The same way when you watch Top Gun, it's a movie that's fucking pasted together for the military to actually bring in and show you how a jet works for propaganda reasons. Whatever. Like that one's for fucking promoting war. This is kind of on some level like cool because it's like, being an EMS or being a firefighter is a fucking worthwhile job. It's like
absolutely
calling that's like, all the fucking socialists who are going to this sort of stuff. And on some level, when they do finally get into the scene where they're like showing you how to tourniquet a leg and do a splint and all this stuff, it's kind of cool.
But, absolutely. Yeah. They do some really cool like savings, like some really just like unconventional routes to save lives. And that's entertaining. We love that.
Yeah. But it is like, wait, is some of this not real though? Like it kind of defeats it if they're like, wait, we're gonna do like a fucking just a steampunk fucking fake like blood transfusion thing that might not be real. It's just confusing. But and like you said, like the fucking the scaffolding to hold the thing up, kind of bizarre, but did make for pretty compelling storytelling.
Absolutely. Well, there were a bunch of things they kind of missed that were like, I don't know. That's not how I would have gone about saving this kid. Like, because they use a winch to pull the car off the kid. Like, at no point did anyone try to pop it in reverse.
Right.
Like little things like that. Like, it takes a long time, and you're like, why is this happening?
Yeah. Well, so the reason they didn't is I think we might have skipped over this or at least brushed past it. Which is that the Colin Robinson vice principal guy died on impact.
Dead. Yeah, he died on impact.
Which is so
about that. Which is amazing.
It's so funny that it's like a minor plot point. It's a fucking local like just guy went insane and killed himself while trying to kill a child, and it's like not even the point of this fucking scene.
It's not the point because of what we're gonna get to in a second, which is like so. They save her son. It's amazing. It's really crazy. And they go to the hospital, and everyone's at the hospital. And like, so this is what's funny about the Angela Bassett character is like the only cop we deal with.
Yeah.
And she's a fucking demon.
Yeah.
So they go to the hospital. The son's like in recovery. The two girls who did the prank initially, the Sigmas, they show up at the hospital because they feel bad. They feel bad. This thing that is not their fault. This thing that is not their fault at all. They feel bad and they want to come like be correct. When they walk in, Angela Bassett gets up and confronts them. And is like, I fucking told you. I told you not to do this. I told you not to act. I think I can actually, let me just listen to what she says because it's insane.
Yeah, they're kids.
They're kids. This is not her fault at all.
They're gonna be
This is
traumatized for life with the implication that it's their fault that this guy killed himself. It's your job as an adult and part of the community,
Yes.
like to try to like prevent that from embedding in their fucking brains. And she's just like, no, your fault.
She
You
does
did it.
the opposite. Like, listen to how harsh she is.
You got to be kidding me.
Can I help you? We heard the boy who was pinned by the car last night was taken to this hospital. Is he here?
Are you family members?
We know that he probably didn't get to have his candy last night, so we brought him ours.
Is that?
They're bringing him candy.
Yeah.
Also,
Also, wait.
him their candy, and also, yeah, these Sigmas were trick or treating, and they got candy. By the way,
I'm sorry though, but like, I just completely undermined myself actually because no one is talking about the guy who died. It doesn't.
No one's mentioned him.
He's out of the picture entirely. It's about
funny,
the little kid who got injured, which is sad. But they're like, they didn't kill him.
No,
But there's a narrative there that they're going to be like attacked with. It's just not part of the story. It's fucking crazy.
well, yeah. What's funny because like the thing is like this thing that wasn't entirely his fault, in my opinion. They don't want to do that, so they're just kind of not talking about it at all anymore. They're just going to leave it alone. And that's like crazy to me. And they're going to do what they do right here, which is Angela Bass is about to confront them.
It's supposed to be an act of atonement.
Hey, you're the cop who came to talk to our school. Who said we shouldn't do something stupid on Halloween?
A lot of good that did.
We're so sorry. If there was any way to take it back, we would.
That's the thing about stupid. It usually sticks.
He calls them stupid.
But there may still be a way that we can make some good come from this.
And you're thinking like, I don't know. You think Angela Bass is going to maybe do something good? Like, I don't know. Maybe just learn from that. Maybe, I don't know. The thing is, they still, in my mind, were doing a harmless prank.
Yeah.
Like they were still not doing anything that warrants anything like this. And she's over here like, you guys are, I told you, you should have fucking listened to me. I told you not to be stupid, and you were stupid.
This is
You
entirely
stupid,
backwards.
dumb little bitches. And like that's the energy she's giving off.
The kids, you're right. The kids were treated as the villain of the picture.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. And so yeah, so she's like, I don't remember if she tells him right now, but oh no. But what she's gonna do is she's gonna like have them tell their story about how their shenanigans almost killed a kid and did kill a man.
Yeah.
Like how blood is on their hands because of their juvenile pranks. That is her idea for making this right, is to do the next Scared Straight speech at Halloween.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to make this like a fucking anti-wokey sort of point or whatever, because it's not like the you have to parse it out when you fucking make arguments like that. Otherwise, it just turns into like they're trying to ruin everything with fucking making everyone a interracial couple. What the problem here is the washing, because this cannot be anything but propaganda at the end of the day. So we're getting like a Kamala Harris black lady cop, and in a just story, because she's a cop, she's wrong. Like she's the problem. But it's propaganda, so it's using her identity to fucking to make her the hero in opposition to mourning children. Like it's so ghoulish. It's weird to watch this thing that's like, because she's the hero, the villain has to be these children that she's like charged with protecting. They're victims.
Funny, yes. They're absolute victims. It's funny because like I do think that most of the people who watch this were like, "That's right, Angela. You let them know.
Yeah,
that's right. You
fucking old people.
You hold them accountable." And it's like, I don't know. Like, wasn't the whole thing that we're supposed to like drink from hoses and egg houses? Isn't that like what we're supposed to do?
Yeah, right. Well,
but that's gone. That's gone now. Like you can't do anything. Like Ring cameras, you can't. I can't get water from my neighbor's house from the hose because I'm going to call on the Ring camera.
I feel like that might not be happening though, because this isn't for old conservatives. This is for old liberals.
Yes, this is for old liberals. Yeah,
and the I drank from a hose thing is more of a right wing thing, I think.
Okay, yeah. But you get what I'm saying though. It's like it. So in this universe, like they said, it's liberals. That's what I'm saying. Like in this universe, like we love our gay firefighter now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We love our trans kid, but also do not veer from the path of the law don't, because you will kill somebody and almost kill. You almost killed the trans kid.
Yeah, and like
that's like they're going for it. It's insane that in my mind those things don't, like, they're all together in my mind, because like the carceral state and like the law has been used to hold these minorities down for so long that you can't have both at the same time in my mind. But that's what this show is all about, is showing that, like, listen, we love people being different as long as they follow the law.
Yeah, well, I mean, this like liberal and conservative, just capitalist ideology in general, always is. There's always going to be room for it to contradict itself. So we're just going to sit here after watching something like this, go, huh? Why the fuck does that? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't fucking make any sense. Doesn't add up. I think I would argue this is like definitely like lib slop, because
for sure
it's everyone is queer and person of color and everything, and doing a good job, and also, as pointed out, I think pretty well in this, what we're doing here, the children are wrong. That's how
children
this is
are wrong. Yeah,
weird old people shit. The children are kids these days.
It also like lays the groundwork, though. It lays the groundwork for, listen, you can be a gay trans kid until that's illegal.
Uh-huh.
It lays the groundwork for that.
Yeah,
it's like really what's happening here. So like that. This is basically, but there's one more little thing that's happening, because you got to remember, in this episode, Buck is still cursed.
Yeah,
Buck is still covered in boils and still cursed. And Buck has done research, and he has found that this man who he has wronged is a gnarly guy, is a man who is capable of evil things, and he is not to be crossed. So how do you get rid of this curse? You honor this evil man. He like makes a little, I think he gets an actual tombstone.
Oh yeah,
there's a real placard.
Yeah.
For this guy who never got a proper burial, and like gives him a proper send away to rid himself of the curse. But the whole time watching, I'm like, dude, you're like memorializing like an evil guy.
Is the cowboy evil? Do we establish that?
Yeah, he's pretty evil,
because he was killed by his own posse.
He was killed by his own posse. Well, he was turned in by his own posse. But he was like, he was a bank robber and a killer. They established that.
He's evil by the show's, the cop show's standards.
But I love it. Yeah, exactly. But I love it. So I love that he so to get rid of the curse, he gives him a gravestone, and he rids him of the curse, and it ends with a nice little montage of everybody being happy-go-lucky. And I'm just gonna try to get to this point, because then we're gonna see what Angela Bassett had the girls do, because it's so fucked. So it's a little montage of everybody happy. The Pumpkinhead dad and the daughters are playing. They're looking through pictures of the trick-or-treating they missed. Everything's good and positive, and then it gets to the girls.
They keep you on the right path.
We thought it was supposed to be the most fire Halloween ever, you guys. But it wasn't fire.
They're showing a picture of the car accident, which presumably has a dead body in it, and a boy pinned against the wall.
Not just any dead body. These kids' vice principal, a person they see all the time.
Yes, somebody who they know. I thought this was going to be the most fire Halloween, but turns out it was not fire. And so they're still like showing these little girls as being little idiots.
Yeah.
And then they're showing pictures of, and the whole class gasps.
And that's no cap.
Listen, if you act out of line, people die. And that's no cap.
It's not bussing.
It is not, but just like amazing, just amazing. Also we kind of missed this. This is something funny too, because it's kind of like a labor thing. So Hen and her wife have a conversation where she's like, I'm not mad at you for not trick-or-treating. Thank God you were at work, because if you weren't at work, you wouldn't have been able to save our son's life. And it's this weird like glazing to like, baby, I know I want to spend more time with you, but you have to work.
Yeah.
You got to work more.
So weird.
So weird, so funny, so like just incredible episode. Any last thoughts on the ep, Jake?
It's fucking fire, and that's no cap. It was busting. It was 6-7. Personally, my opinion is it was 6-7. I'm very happy with it.
Absolutely. Like if I were to give this a rating 1 to 10, it would be 6-7.
6 out of 7.
Which is actually like a 15. So have you seen? I saw like a mom explaining what 6-7 means.
No.
And it was funny because she was like wrong. Let me see if I can get the right thing.
Is there a right answer?
No, there's not.
Like a non-thing, right?
Her thing was when she's like, "Did you ground your kids yet?" Because I grounded mine. Because I found out what 6-7 means.
What?
6-7, 67 on the periodic table is holmium, and the short for that is HO. They're calling you a hoe.
That would be so cool if that's what it meant.
If that is what it was, it's just so funny that she was like, these kids love science. And they also love slut shaming. And they figured out a way to call you a hoe to your face. 6-7.
6-7.
6-7.
Oh
yeah,
man, that's so good.
Best show. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Last Responders. I'm so happy to be bringing it back. This is the last one that's going to be on the main feed. I just wanted to give you guys a taste. There will be monthly episodes now on the Patreon, wordisbondtv.com. $5 a month will get you access to all the bonus stuff. That includes episodes of Last Responders. That includes episodes of Word is Bond Radio, where I do a little playlist, kind of give you a little radio hour, talk about some music, and some other projects that are coming down the line. Go check it out. Awesome stuff. Jake, where can the people find you? And I mean, honestly, if you're a real one, you turn this off right now because you fucking know where to find Jake. But for those who don't know, Jake, where can we find you?
Oh, dude, I'm chopped. Kids don't know where to find me. I gotta always be plugging. You want to make it in this business, you gotta always be plugging because you're getting chopped more every day.
That's right.
So if any young Sigmas are listening and they're like, "Who is this fellow? I haven't heard anything about him," or I've heard plenty about him. There's plenty of people like that too. You can find out more about me by listening to my dumb 2016 era dirtbag leftist podcast called Pod Damn America. We're not in Brooklyn anymore. We're not dirt bags anymore. We're doing all sorts of new stuff, and Tony's on it all the time. In fact, we just did another episode. We just did an episode on our Patreon, I think, with Tony about a really cool topic that's near and dear to my heart. That is honestly, since doing that podcast and since talking about 6-7, my For You page on all my shit now is just nothing but 6-7. And we talked about, I'm not even going to say it. Just go look up Tony's episodes on our show.
I'll say it. I can say it. We talked about Wiggers. But also honestly, one of my favorite shows I've done in a long time was the episode we did on Sinners.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great.
I got the Pod Damn America episode we did about Sinners. It's so good. Appropriate timing for it. It's a spooky movie.
Yeah. Please check it out. I had a good time. I always have a good time talking with Tony about film and stuff like that. And we're a nerd podcast. We try to analyze shit and get into theory and stuff. And we read a lot of books, so you don't have to. So if you're trying to learn about the left and all that shit as things happen in the world, listen to my show, Pod Damn America. I have other stuff you can check out from there. You can follow me on Twitter and everything. My handle is @FeralJokes. Feral like an animal, jokes like jokes. It's an anagram for my name. And after that, the rest is up to you. The adventure begins after you start following me on the internet. Okay, Tony, thank you so much.
After that is up to you. Jake, thank you. Love to have you. You're one of my fucking favorites of all time. Thank y'all. See you soon. Peace.
is born, I'm coming to get my culture cipher, God.